Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Casson, President and CEO of Michigan Women Forward, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 11th annual Women Up and Pitch Business Plan and Pitch Competition here in Southeast Michigan. These competitions are held in 4 different sites in the state of Michigan throughout March. Almost 120 women submitted 2-page business concept papers way back in October of 2022. And with the help of our volunteer reviewers, we narrowed it down to 40 finalists, 10 of whom are going to be pitching here tonight. But before we jump into the pitches, I want to take a moment for you to meet this incredible group of judges who will be making the selections tonight. All right, are you ready? In alphabetical order, Raquel Adam, Business Development and Communications Lead for the Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Raquel. We're so glad to have you here. Give us a sentence or two about you and something we need to know.
Of course. First, I'm super excited of being here. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela. I'm very excited to be part of this for the first time and inspired by all these women.
Great. Our next judge is Courtney Elledge, who's the Vice President, Community Development Relationship Manager from Huntington Bank. Courtney, welcome. We know you're going to be great because these women are always aspirationally wanting to be working with you in their future. So welcome.
Thank you, Carolyn, and good evening, everyone. My name is Courtney Elledge, and I work as a Community Development Relationship Manager for Huntington Bank. And we believe in strong communities. And one way to achieve that is, of course, investing and supporting the wonderful small businesses that we have in our community. So I'm very excited to participate in this evening's pitch competition. Thank you.
Great. And last but certainly not least, Christine Wisniewski, who is the Vice President of Operations Performance from Consumers Energy. Welcome, Chris. What do you do when you're not judging pitch competitions?
Well, thank you, Carolyn, and good evening, everyone. So what do I do when I'm not judging pitch competitions? I'm a mom of 3 boys, so I'm pretty busy right around now, and I'll share. I might have shared some of the business plans with some of my family here, and we had a lot of enjoyment and excitement reading through them. So super thrilled to be a part of our pitch competition tonight, and looking forward to hearing the pitches and really making a great impact together.
Oh, you already do. So thank you so much. Thank you, judges, for being with us tonight. You've already been hard at work. The judges have reviewed each of the finalists' 10-page business plans, which account for 60% of the final score. And then in less than a minute, you're going to hear the other 40% of their score, which are the pitches. That is going to be a very exciting evening, and let's get started. If you're ready, we're ready. Ready, judges? All right, let's go.
All right, thanks, Caroline. We'll see you back here a little bit later to help announce the awards. Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Ellie Drain. I am the Program Reporting and Events Manager here at Michigan Women Forward. I work out of our Grand Rapids office, but welcome to our Southeast Michigan Woman Up and Pitch Competition. At this point, I'm going to bring in our timer, Maggie. Maggie, are you there? Okay, perfect. Okay, so Maggie is going to be our timer this evening, and we will go over exactly how that's going to work in just a second. But before we get started, I know everybody is anxiously awaiting that audience choice vote. So I do want everyone watching to know that that will happen after all 10 finalists have pitched, and I will walk you through how we are going to do that. So the audience choice vote will happen after all 10 are done pitching. So stick around because you're definitely going to want to be able to cast your vote. So how this is going to work is I'm going to introduce each of our finalists. They'll come into the stream and they will have exactly 3 minutes to pitch to us. Maggie's going to cut them off if need be at 3 minutes. They can finish their sentence, and then we'll have some time for some interaction and Q&A from the judges. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off. Our very first finalist this evening in the startup category is Aina Events and Decor. Fardusi Jagarjar and her team, how are you doing?
We're doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing well, and we can hear you, which is always a great start to this evening. And we can see you, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put you in the big screen here. Perfect. So we can see you, we can hear you. We're still here. Don't worry. So as you just heard me say, how this works is when you start talking, Maggie's going to start that 3-minute timer. If need be, she will call time at 3 minutes and you can finish your sentence. Then you'll go into your Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath, let it out, and kick us off when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Firdousi Jagirdar, and I am co-founder of Aina Events and Decor. As immigrant women living in Detroit's rich and diverse neighborhoods, my partners, Tahira, Farjana, and I recognize that there is a great need of event planners who cater to the needs of Detroit's diverse cultures, faiths, and ethnicities, especially those of South Asian and Middle Eastern backgrounds. A few years ago, I had hosted my sister's Mendi celebration for her wedding, and it was an all-women party where it consisted of women who wore hijab. We had requested for an all-female staff, which the venue had agreed to. But come the day of, there were male staffers, and we weren't notified of this, which made us realize that these owners were not culturally sensitive, and they did not respect the nuances of our faith. To make matters even worse, one of the men walked into the party while the women had their hair showing and their hijabs off. This embarrassed many of the women. They felt violated, and a few had left the party. And this was the memory that they had of my sister's wedding. This is what was left of what they thought. So at Aina Events and Decor, we conceptually differ from others in our field because we have a fundamental understanding of these cultures, and we are culturally sensitive to the rich and diverse cultures of this population. At Aina Events and Decor, our clients will no longer feel frustrated and overly stressed because we will come in and provide all of the services necessary to plan, design, and execute every aspect of their special occasion while respecting their cherished traditions and cultures. Our team also recognized that there are immigrant women who have special skill sets that are coveted in the event industry. And we will come in as an opportunities platform for these women who speak multiple languages and are of diverse faiths, who are expert florists, caterers, photographers, etc. And we will aggregate these talents under one roof and provide our customers the ease of one-stop shopping. In Bangla, Aina means mirror, and we provide a reflection of our clients' perfect moments. Our multilingual team has over 45 years of experience in event design, business management, and marketing. And we've known each other for nearly 20 years. So there is deep trust and understanding amongst us three. And there's a coherence and fluidity within management that takes other businesses years to develop. Our business is still growing, and the $10,000 would mean the world to us. And it would help us invest in marketing, purchasing event planning operating systems, purchasing event design inventory, and storage space.
And time.
Thank you.
Okay, great job. Way to start us off this evening. So now we're going to go into the Q&A with the judges. And so we are going to go around, and we'll go in order of my screen, Raquel, then Courtney, and then Chris. So Raquel, go ahead and ask any questions you may have.
Sure. Well, first of all, congratulations on your initiative. I think it's beautiful how you're wanting to provide with to your community this option. As you mentioned, very culture sensitive. From what I saw in your business, one of the things from event planning is that it takes a lot of work, right? So yes. I noticed that you mentioned that you work with volunteers. As you plan to grow, how do you plan to work with volunteers, or are you going to hire them?
So right now, because we're still growing, it's actually very, the volunteers are our family members, to be very frank. And so it's a family-based business. And yes, we will hire additional help when necessary for those larger events that will take more manpower.
We also wants to wants to collaborate with other women that who wants to work with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I would also like to say congratulations and great job on your presentation. I certainly enjoyed reading and reviewing your business plan. The question I had is in regard to your competition. Have you had the opportunity or even explored maybe looking at comparable businesses in the area and what they've been able to do in terms of sales and marketing?
Yes. So our competitions, there's two major ones that are pretty established within the community. They've been here for around 5 years, and they're you asked their marketing strategies. So they've mostly been on social media platforms. They have websites, but they're not up to date. And I noticed it's not as savvy as our website, not to toot my own horn or anything, but that's one of the things we've been really focusing on is maintaining a social media presence and keeping an active website.
Thank you.
Did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, good evening. And I too, when I was reading through your business plan, really enjoyed thinking about the joy that you bring to the special occasions and events that you work with and the families. My question for you is, when you think about the market analysis and analytics that you've done for where your opportunity is, if you could share with us where you see that largest opportunity that you want to be able to take, I guess, harness in your business and really tackle.
Yeah. So the largest job opportunity for us and the ideal, you're asking what our ideal client would be, right? So it would be a wedding for a multiracial couple, so that we can fuse the cultures and the traditions of these two individuals and really listen to their values and their vision of their wedding and their special occasions, because usually there's multiple events that lead to the wedding, and just bring it all to life and provide, like as we said, a reflection of their perfect moments, their vision of their wedding and their perfect. Thank you.
Judges, does anyone have another question? All right, we're all set. Well, Fardusi, thank you so much for kicking us off strong. We're going to let you go back to the Zoom room with the other finalists, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So judges, I'll give you a second here to tally up your points so everybody has a good feel for how this is going to work. And while we're doing that, let's have a little fun interaction with our audience members who are watching out on YouTube and Facebook. So the last couple of pitches that we've done, we wanted to see who was the furthest away and watching. And I will say, for the West Michigan pitch, we got Honolulu, Hawaii. So that was pretty impressive. I think for Mid-Michigan a couple weeks ago, we had people out on the West Coast in Oregon and Washington. So we're going to call that a tie. So go ahead and tell us where you're watching from this evening in the comment section, and we'll see who we have as the furthest away. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pull our next finalist in the startup category into the stream. Please welcome Cherie Savage with Naturally Illustrated. Hi, Cherie. How are you?
I'm awesome. How about yourself?
Good. We can hear you. And it looks like you have a very fun background. So we're going to go ahead and pull you up in our big solo layout so we can see what's going on behind you. Awesome. Okay. So Cherie, how this works is when you start talking, Maggie will start that 3-minute countdown. If need be, she'll call time at 3 minutes. You can finish your sentence. So after that, you'll have some questions from the judges, but go ahead, take a deep breath. And when you start talking, that timer starts. Good luck.
Thank you. Did you know that new minority artists struggle to gain exposure and build their clientele because art show fees are too high and galleries want up to 50% of their sales? Social media isn't always effective because of the algorithm, and new content creators could be overlooked. Let me tell you how I'm going to change that narrative. Hi, I'm Cherie Savage, owner and illustrator of Naturally Illustrated. Naturally Illustrated provides unique illustrations and graphic design that celebrates culture by promoting self-love and embracing individuality while building unity in the minority community. We serve minorities that seek positive representation within their specific culture. Being a minority graffiti artist myself, I've experienced these challenges post-college. To earn money, I look to paint and sip companies who are not my competitors for employment. These experiences were horrible. Instead of working as an illustrator, I was teaching others how to paint an illustration that wasn't even mine. On top of that, I had to keep the crowd engaged and entertained. What am I, a comedian? Every night I left work feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. That's why I'm opening the Coloring Museum. At the Coloring Museum, artists will have their black and white murals on our walls to help them gain exposure within the community. Customers will pay an admission fee for entry, and in return, this safe space for kids, teens, and adults will be able to overcome the stress and anxiety of coloring. By this, they will be able to overcome the stress and anxiety of coloring that's a representation of themselves. Customers will receive a pack of washable crayons and markers to color the murals that's on the wall. As they're coloring, they'll be able to learn about the artists and follow them on social media with the QR code provided by the museum. Today, I'm asking for $10,000 that will allocate towards the build out of our brick and mortar to assist in generating community wealth within the Grand Mount Rosedale community by creating 3 new job opportunities while helping local minority artists gain exposure and earn money. Outdoor murals are trending across the country, and the Coloring Museum is a representation of the mural movement. We are looking to support our artists and the community by bridging a gap between the two so everyone can participate in the mural movement. Help me by making the Coloring Museum more colorful by supporting the Coloring Museum. Thank you.
Great job. You had 6 minutes left. I have 6 seconds left on the clock.
All right. And while Cherie is doing some coloring herself there, we will invite the judges to ask some questions. And so this time, let's switch it up and go Courtney, Chris, and then Raquel.
Great job. I certainly loved your energy, and I also enjoyed reading through your business plan. One question I did have is more so in regard to your marketing strategy. Have you considered or even explored possibly partnering with any mental health agencies and or hospitals specifically?
Yeah. So my plan is with the Coloring Museum is also to offer commission work where we are going to propose to hospitals, festivals where we can actually do black and white murals in their facilities. So when people come in, they can color, they can have just before the maybe their counseling session or their doctor's appointment, and they'll have that wall to be able to do that. Also have our coloring books as well. We have also illustrated coloring books for other companies. One event that I've done is a Chase Bank event where we actually created a coloring pack for them.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Well, good evening, Cherie. I love the mural behind you, and I really enjoyed your business model and thought it had incredible impact written across it through the whole thing. So I really enjoyed it. Loved the visuals in there that you added in to help it really connect in. My question for you is thinking across, like just knowing and thinking about this impact that you can bring. Thinking across that diversity wheel, and curious if you have any thoughts on expanding that touch on how you can touch others who would love to be able to be a part of your art and connection there.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things, and I hope I'm understanding your question correctly.
Yeah.
So two parts to this. One, I am commissioning artists to come in and illustrate and actually have their illustrations on our walls. So that's one way that we're giving back to the community and supporting up and coming artists. And then with that, we're changing out quarterly. So just like other sip and paint companies, they'll hire a facilitator to paint an illustration that, again, is not theirs. They're just making the money to, pay their bills. Well, our artists, we're paying them for the licensing of their artwork. So one, they can understand how contracting go as an artist, and then also get that exposure. Another way that we're actually, so another part of that, which I believe might be part of your question is that the way that we're going to expand and help other communities is actually franchise the Coloring Museum. So again, other businesses can support small or up and coming entrepreneurs in other cities. So, and then also we're going to do the coloring truck, which will be part of another revenue stream of the Coloring Museum. So we'll pop up at festivals where inside of this box truck will be murals where people could come in inside and color, or they could color on the tables on cardstock paper.
Oh, thank you so much. That's beautiful.
First of all, you're clearly a talented illustrator. Congratulations. I think we're all very impressed with your work. Quickly, because I know we are running out of time, have you thought or have you done a pop-up maybe for the museum to test the idea?
So I've been doing pop-ups since 2016. And those were more so the coloring events. Received amazing feedback. I've always give out surveys to get people's feedback, how interested they are in the concept. I'm also working with Grandma Rosedale at the Grand River Workplace to pop up there temporarily so I could transition to a permanent space within the Grandma Rosedale community. Yeah, but my largest coloring event was coloring and cocktails at the museum at the Charles A. Wright, where I had over 500 women to attend. My very first coloring event was held at Good Cakes and Bakes, where I had over 200 people to show up.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coloring and cocktails, sign me up. So, all right, Cherie, great job. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll let you go and talk to you a little bit later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So just to follow up on that previous audience question of who is the furthest away watching tonight, we do have London and we have Germany. It is really late in both of those places, that I know. So kudos to you all for staying up late to join us, and so glad you could do that. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our next finalist in the startup category. We have Alicia Launman with D Beauty Bus. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Hi, Ellie. How are you? Hello, everyone.
Good. We're doing well. We can hear you, which is great. You have some slides for us. I'm going to go ahead and bring those into the stream right now. Can you go ahead and click through one just to make sure those work? Perfect. Okay. So how this works is once you start talking, Maggie will start the 3-minute timer. If need be, she will call time at 3 minutes and you may finish your sentence. After that, you'll go into your Q&A with the judges. So Alicia, take a deep breath. When you start talking, that timer starts when you are ready.
Oh my God, it's 8 p.m. and your most loyal client needs an emergency appointment. However, you have run out of the hair color that she needs. By the time you drive to the beauty supply store, it will be closed. So what do? You place an order with D Beauty Bus. Hello, my name is Alicia Lauman. My daughter is Elise Bringetzi. We're a mother-daughter duo and the owners of D Beauty Bus. D Beauty Bus is a fully functional mobile beauty supply store and delivery service in Metro Detroit. We offer a wide variety of products to licensed professionals. Beauty and grooming professionals often run out of supplies at the most inconvenient times, mostly when styling, grooming, or manicuring their customers' nails. We are the solution. We are helping busy professionals operate their businesses more smoothly by offering rapid same-day delivery for the products that they need. Although our target audience are licensed professionals, we do not want to exclude everyday individuals. We believe that beauty supply shopping should be convenient for everyone. We pride ourselves on being community-oriented. Therefore, we are collaborating with senior citizen communities and local foster homes to offer our services on certain days and events. Our competitive advantage in this saturated market is offering same-day delivery and automated shipping, unlike Amazon's Prime 2-day shipping. Our customers have the convenience of not having to wait multiple business days or traveling to traditional brick and mortars to purchase their products. We offer 3 options for purchasing supplies: via our website, by telephone, or by walk-ups. After surveying, we know that licensed professionals are willing to pay for our service. Our business goal is to become the #1 beauty supply store for residents in the Metro Detroit community. We want to create an opportunity where products can be purchased with convenience, but also improve the diversity and lack of inclusion. We are going to make a difference in the beauty supply experience by allowing the booked hairstylist, the busy mom, or the individual with limited transportation have their products delivered to their door. Our mobile bus has been professionally renovated and designed and ready to function as a mobile beauty supply store. However, capital is needed for us to thrive as a successful business in this industry. Receiving the $10,000 will allow us to purchase inventory and compete with already established beauty supply stores. Thank
In
you.
time. Great job.
Thank you.
Right on time. Good job, Alicia. Go
Yeah.
ahead and take your slides out so we can see you and you can see all the judges. So now we'll go into Q&A with the judges. So let's go Chris, Raquel, then Courtney.
All right. Well, I get to go first on this round. So, Alicia, good evening. And I really love the thought of the effortless experience that you've described here for your customers and those that will be calling you up and engaging with you. My question is, so you mentioned a couple avenues where you can see that sales growth occurring and where you can grow your market penetration. Which one of those is where you see your biggest growth opportunity?
Our biggest growth opportunity will be with the online placing of orders, and especially with the licensed professionals. I think once word gets out, it's almost like the DoorDash for beauty supplies. So I think the online and the convenience of placing the order, then the customers will be more receptive to that. However, we will be throughout the city. You'll see it'll be put on our social media pages saying where we'll be throughout the city. We also plan to, like I said, go to senior citizen communities and local foster homes to offer our services as well.
Thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hi, Alicia. Congratulations too. I really liked your idea.
Thank you.
I don't know much about this area of business. Let's say I have a question though.
Okay.
How would you differentiate? Sorry, my English. Differentiate what's your advantage regarding, let's say, the e-commerce giants? Why would they go to you instead of the e-commerce that have been longer in the market?
Well, actually, it's kind of limited for e-commerce in the market right now, so that is our advantage. There's not a lot of online beauty supply stores. There is like Amazon, but again, they have to wait multiple days for their products to come. For us, we're doing same day delivery, so that is our competitive advantage. I'm not sure if there may be a couple local mobile beauty supply stores, but what we've noticed, most of them are really just delivering hair weave. They're not a full service mobile beauty supply store, but they offer all the products like we will.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, great job, Alicia. Certainly enjoyed your enthusiasm, and excited to hear about the mother-daughter duo. And I too have had my share of hair and beauty emergencies. So certainly be wonderful to have such a added value of being able to get those emergencies taken care of and as soon as possible. My question is in regard to something that was mentioned in your business plan. And I noticed that you and your daughter have also embarked on, I guess, providing the beauty supplies and vending machines. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, we have purchased one vending machine. So our goal is to actually place a few vending machines in gas stations. Beauty supplies are all over the city of Detroit, but a lot of times I haven't seen any in a gas station. So while you're in there and you might need some more nail glue, you're in there paying for gas or, a candy bar, why not grab the eyeliner or the lip gloss that you need while you're in there, so you won't have to make another stop at the beauty supply store. Or again, you can place the order and we'll bring it to your door.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, judges, we have maybe 1 more minute left if anybody has a quick question for Alicia. Okay, well, Alicia, congratulations. Thank you again for being with us this evening. We'll let you go back to that green room and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next up, we have Tafari Roberts with Rove Soap Sheets. Hi, Tafari. How are you?
Hey, everyone. How are you guys?
Doing well, thanks. All right, we can see you and hear you. We're going to put you just a little bit bigger on screen so we can see everything you've got going on here. Awesome, love it. And so how this works, Tafari, is when you start talking, that 3-minute timer starts. If need be, Maggie will call time at 3 minutes and you can finish your sentence. Then you will go into a Q&A with the judges. So when you start talking, that timer starts when you are ready.
Hey guys, we're in hot water. There are no good hand hygiene items on the market. Wagwan, everybody. My name is Tafari Roberts, IT sales extraordinaire and CEO of Rove Soap Sheets. Paper that dissolves into hand soap completely with water. Have you ever been in a bathroom that didn't have soap? Or you've been to someone's cookout and your hands just get mucky with sanitizer and dry? Have you ever used a bar of soap while traveling and it just drips all over your cute shoes or your cute dress? And then wipes just smearing everything around. So the CDC says wash your hands with soap and water to prevent illness spread and hospitalization. Our competition, Foaming EC30, they only have 1 cent or a cardboard box that just gets mucky and drippy and wet. We have a plastic container with 50 sheets of paper soap inside of it, allowing you to wash your hands anywhere, just with a sheet of paper. So essentially, you take this sheet with dry hands, place it in the palm of your hand, saturate one hand at this point, or both hands with water, rub your hands together, and that sheet of paper is completely gone. We have a team of extraordinary people, philanthropists, people who are advisors in finance, who are leading the way to grant access to hand soap globally. Our mission is to get this soap in hands of people in underserved communities, as well as locally and abroad. And our ask is for $10,000 to make that a reality, with inventory, production, manufacturing, and for us to scale into airports and into more stores, including the Meijer store that we're in currently, as well as Walmart.com and all things marketplace. We're currently certified as a women-owned business, minority-owned business, airport concessions, and you name it, we have the certification. Will you make that a reality for us? Thank you.
Great job. You had 50 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice job, Tavari. Loved the demo. That was great. So now we do have some time for the judges to ask you some questions. And so we are going to go Raquel, Courtney, and Chris. So Raquel, take it away.
Tafari, loved your idea. As you mentioned, you're already in Meijers, and you mentioned also Walmart. My question is, how much traction have you seen through your test in these stores?
We've seen a lot of traction. So, for example, I launched in the Rivertown location downtown. And from there was like a grand opening of friends and family, and corporate persons came along and they seen my product and said, no, yeah, we need to get you in more than one market format location. So within a year, I scaled not only from that one store to 3 other stores. I also gained traction going on the Detroit news. I've been on the Apollo stage with Damon John. I've been on iHeartRadio. Also, I picked up some press in the Jamaican Gleaner back at home, and sales online, because we're on omni-channel. Sales online and in store have been amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to meet you, Safari, and great job on your presentation, and thank you as well for the demonstration. I think you identified the problem very well. It's something that coming out of the pandemic, we can all certainly relate to. So thank you for that. My question is just in regard to any testing that you may have gone through to test your product against some of the other sanitizing products that are available.
So we have yet, and that's another reason for the money, as well as some research and development. But we've done a lot of data analytics and insights, and we've heavily relied on the CDC's take on sanitizer versus washing of hands with actual soap, wherein they endorse and they recommend heavily that soap is way better than sanitizing, because sanitizer kills some germs, does not remove fecal matter, does not sterilize blood. It doesn't get urine off your hands. Wipes just wipe them around, for example. And then bar soap can spread MRSA if you do share that with people. And hence why surgeons say, use bar soap that's antibacterial and not to share them. So we've been heavily relying on the National Foundation of Infectious Diseases, which we're actually partnered with, and the CDC's data, along with Mintel data and consumer feedback at the moment. But we do plan on doing R&D.
Very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Good evening, Tafari. I actually really loved reading. I thought you had an excellent growth strategy there with, Meijer and getting in there and reading that through the business plan, and actually just loved your answer here to Courtney's question to help really define even more like where, the use and the strength of this product here. So that was really fantastic and appreciate that. My question for you would be where, so you have this excellent growth strategy going with Meijer and others. Where are you looking to expand next? Like, where are you looking to hook into your product?
So it's been I travel a lot to Jamaica. The reason for the product is because I got sick in Jamaica, no sanitizer, of course. So travel is my next step. I've been in talks with Delta, Supplier Diversity, and they wanted to do a test run in their Sky Club for a month not too long ago. So we're still kind of working those kinks out. I made sure I got my airport concessions disadvantaged business enterprise certification, because that's the first step to get into the airport, to partner with prime contractors. So that's that government contracting piece. Actually, I have a meeting tomorrow with the Wayne County Airport Authority to kind of supplant myself in their ears, as well as sign up for a program that they have for small businesses. So airports is where it's at because my reach can be international with that.
Oh, thank you so much. And great job and good business product here. And good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay. Any last minute questions for Tafari? Are we all set? All right. Well, Tafari, thank you so much. Good luck with that meeting tomorrow. We'll be rooting for you, of course. So we will talk to you a little bit later. Have a good rest of your evening.
Later, ladies. Bye.
Bye. Okay. And last but not least, to round out our startup pitch category this evening is Emily Stone with Empowered Bumps and Boobs. Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hi, Ellie. I'm good. How are you?
Good. We can see and hear you. So what we're going to do is put you on the big screen here. All right. So we're here. We can see you. We can hear you. Don't worry. We didn't go anywhere. So how this works is when you start talking, that 3-minute timer will start. If need be, Maggie will call time at 3 minutes and you can finish your sentence if you are not already done. And then the judges will have some questions for you. So go ahead, round us out strong here. Take a deep breath when you're ready.
Hello, I'm Emily Stone, founder and CEO of Empowered Bumps and Boobs, where we are transforming the new mom experience with modern on-demand breastfeeding education that's grounded in self-love and community. To help you understand what we do, I'd like to tell you about Alicia and Rachel, two best friends who were pregnant at the same time. Alicia had her baby Emmett first. He was perfect, except it was a struggle every time Alicia tried to breastfeed him. It was hard to tell if he was getting enough. It hurt. No one was sleeping. Everyone was crying. Her partner felt helpless. The pediatrician said he wasn't gaining weight like he should, so they supplemented with formula. Alicia tried to pump. Her supply seemed like it was getting less and less. They had taken the breastfeeding class at the hospital, but it clearly wasn't helping them now. After about 10 days, Alicia stopped trying to breastfeed altogether. She felt guilty, disappointed, and angry. She felt like she had failed her family. And to add insult to injury, the expense of formula was a strain on their budget, and she had to go back to work sooner than she had planned. As Alicia struggled, her best friend Rachel watched and worried. She was about to give birth herself. How would breastfeeding go for her? Would it be any different? That's when Rachel noticed an Instagram ad for breastfeeding boot camp. It sounded like just what she needed, so she signed up. As she watched the first video, she felt herself relax. Breastfeeding began to make sense. She was able to share her thoughts in an online discussion group with other moms taking the course, which made her feel connected. She learned how she could feed her baby and take care of herself, no matter what challenges might come up. When Rachel's daughter Ava arrived, Rachel was able to establish a strong milk supply, and in time, nursing Ava became a joyous part of her life. She continued to lean on the mom friends she met in breastfeeding boot camp as they navigated new mom life together. Rachel is so glad she found success with breastfeeding boot camp, and so are we. But what about the other 3.5 million women giving birth each year in the U.S.? While the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends feeding breast milk exclusively for the first 6 months, only 25% of infants reach this goal. Are you willing to accept that that's the best we can do for moms and babies? I'm not. I've used my 15 years of experience in designing online courses and communities, along with my health coaching expertise, to create a best-in-class offering to disrupt the breastfeeding education market and improve breastfeeding outcomes for babies, moms, and their partners. Now it's time to get this help into the hands of the new moms who need it most. This is where you come in. I am asking for $10,000 to fund our marketing and outreach budget. We will hire a marketing consultant to create a strategy that targets the channels where our customers are most likely to find us. And we will partner with maternal health care providers and insurers, starting right here in Michigan, to help integrate breastfeeding boot camp into a comprehensive support model. This is exciting, life-changing work, and we're just getting started. Thank you so much for your time and consideration in investing in our mission.
Great job. You had 2 seconds left on the clock.
All right. Way to go, Emily. Okay. So now the judges have some questions for you. So we're going to go ahead and go Courtney, Chris, and Raquel. So Courtney.
Thank you. And good to meet you, Emily. Thank you so much for your presentation. My first question is, where were you when I had my son?
I hear that a lot.
very excited, and I enjoyed just reading through your business plan. As a mom, I feel as though this is something that's certainly needed for our community. So thank you for all that you're doing. My question is in regard to marketing. Just with the growth of social media and this being a very digital age, how do you plan to, I guess, compete against the free advice that may be available on some of the social media outlets?
Sure. Honestly, I think word of mouth referrals are going to be big once we establish an initial user base. I'm also reaching out to midwives and OBs and prenatal massage therapists and building this huge network, because I think pregnant women would be more likely to enroll if they got this recommendation from someone they already trust. But I still think there's tons of room to advertise in the social space. My demographic is in their 20s, 30s, and early 40s. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram. And so I'm going to be really strategic about how I do target them in the digital space.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, good evening, Emily. I have the same thought when I was reading through your business plan. As a mom of three, I would have loved this experience as a new mom. So I really can resonate with your business plan and your idea here. A question I had for you. So thinking about your market availability, and have you ever thought about like a corporate consultancy or connecting in with corporate wellness programs, to really be able to connect in with working moms who also could really benefit from your knowledge and expertise?
Yes, I am on the same page as you. So I'm considering, I'm starting to approach insurers as well as employers. Wouldn't you, employer, love to differentiate yourself as a super parent-friendly, new mom-friendly, maternity leave-friendly employer? And I'm going to help you do that, because I'm going to paint the picture of the new mom experience and how to not have her quit her job because it's not sustainable, how to retain talent that happens to be breastfeeding or planning to breastfeed. And, in this labor market, I think employers are looking for ways to differentiate and retain that talent. So that is definitely on my to-do list. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Absolutely. I appreciate your answer. So thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hi, Emily. Just like Courtney and Chris, you're completely relatable also. My question for you is, I love the idea of having the information before having the baby, but sometimes when we have the baby, we are so overwhelmed. It's something that you talk about in your business plan, that even though we have the theory, sometimes we panic. So my question is, do you plan to have something more like personal with that person that needs that support after giving birth? Like, I don't know, a chat with that person or something to address her personal needs?
There are so many ways, so many directions I could take here. Yes, we can offer individual coaching. Yes, I plan to launch group coaching so people could have like on-demand access to peers and a coach. I'm also, part of our curriculum is we recommend getting in touch with a lactation consultant before you even have the baby, so you have on-demand expert help available. I'm also exploring the idea of a chat bot. So women with one hand, honestly, like you're nursing and you got your one hand with your phone, you can like type in your question real quick and like get some instant feedback, as well as a proactive chat bot that like on day 5 checks in with you. How are you feeling? Are you experiencing any of these things? And just, all the ways that we could possibly support new moms in the moment with just-in-time support. I'm exploring all of those options because I have the same thought as you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Emily, great job. Way to round out the startup category for us this evening. We'll let you get back to that, to the Zoom room with the other finalists, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thanks so much.
All right. Have a good one. Okay. So with that, we've come to the end of our first round of pitches in the startup category. And we're just going to take a brief break for the judges to be able to tally all those scores and send them in. And for everyone out there watching to be able to get up, stretch, refill your beverage, grab a snack, use the restroom, whatever you got to do. We'll see you back here shortly. Hello, everyone. And if you are just joining us, welcome to the Southeast Michigan WomanUp and Pitch competition. If you were here with us for our last round, those were our startup pitches. So that was the startup category. We are going to be moving into our next round of pitches in the established category. So for all of you out there very eager to vote for your favorite, don't worry, that will be happening at the end of this round of pitches. So you want to make sure you stick around so you can be able to vote for your favorite. That audience choice winner will win $1,000. So if you think about it, if somebody wins first place and that audience choice vote, it's $11,000 potentially up for grabs tonight. So we're going to be excited to hear those results later this evening. Right now, I want to go ahead and pull our judges back into the stream. So we have Raquel Adam back with us, Courtney Elledge, and Chris Wisniewski. Okay, and then I'm going to put our timer Maggie back in here. So similar rules to the last round. We're just going to go and dive right in. So up first for the established round, kicking us off is Erin Schnudi with Bed and Bark Fest. Little play on words there. All right. Gives you an idea of what this might be about. Hey, Erin, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
We're doing well. Well, we can see, we can hear you. I'm going to go ahead and put you in the big layout here just so we can really see you. There we go. All right. So Erin, how this works is when you start talking, Maggie will start the 3-minute timer. If need be, she'll call time at 3 minutes. You can finish your sentence. If you have not finished yet, then you'll go into some Q&A with the judges. So go ahead, take a deep breath, kick us off strong with the established round when you're ready.
Imagine with me, you're heading out of town. You've booked your dog Max at the local kennel, feeling confident that this doggy hotel will be just what your boy needs. Only to come home to a stressed out, injured dog, and no one can tell you exactly how Max got a wound on his paw. Now that he's home, he is shut down and distant. He has regressed on the hard work you put into potty training and no longer eating on schedule. What happened to your sweet boy? Good evening. I'm Erin, proud owner of Bed and Bark Fest, a boutique residential dog boarding company that stands out against a sea of cold and caged commercial options. I hear countless horror stories like Max's, but by providing a home-based, nurturing alternative, we have seen incredible growth over the past 4 years. In the past 2 years, our client lists have grown over 500% and our profits over 700%. Our growth strategies for 2023 have us focusing on dog owners who travel outside of peak dates, specifically honeymooners. This will help us fill idle capacity. Our wedding packages ensure that we are the support team for the dog parents who dream of a furry flower girl or a 4-legged best man. Our start to finish process allows us to be a part of unique festivities, putting us in front of new audiences while giving us online content that trends our brand. With our current team of 4 wedding handlers, we can conservatively bring in 35% profits while creating new loyal boarding clients. So take a walk with me and consider Meg and Tom. They are ready to tie the knot and need their fur baby Luna at the wedding, but the logistics are beyond them. Wedding planning already comes with so much chaos, and to add further stress, they want to take their dream honeymoon but have never had a good experience sending Luna to a kennel. The thought of coming home to a stressed out, anxious dog yet again feels like too much to bear. Here's where our team jumps in. We work with our couple long before wedding planning becomes overwhelming. Our solutions keep Luna happy and healthy, allowing her to be a seamless part of festivities. Once the knot is tied and the pictures are done, she's taken to a loving home to stay with professional pet sitters, while Meg and Tom get their much-needed getaway. Daily pup dates, pics, and customized care ensure they have peace of mind while they travel, and they're thrilled to come home to a happy, healthy Luna. So when you send us home with $10,000, we will use it to effectively advertise, hire, and prepare to be the go-to team this wedding season. As you well know, the wedding industry is coming back with a boom and also comes with hefty fees. So we'll partner with the Knot and local bridal expos where we have no current competition. It's an excellent way to be first to the market while getting us in front of thousands of brides-to-be and local vendors. We'll use funds to hire and certify more pet sitters and provide thorough training to current and new staff. Because from events to boarding, we let the dogs out.
Great job. Right on time.
Nice job, Erin. Way to kick us off strong there with the second round. So now we're going to go into some Q&A from the judges. So let's go. Chris, Raquel, then Courtney.
All right. Well, good evening, Erin. And I love your business model and thinking about having, I'm a dog lover and have my own little Cavapooch on here. And I would love to have her, be able to come to events and be able to leave with peace of mind on vacations, because it is a very stressful, experience to plan for. And my question for you, though, is really around, so you mentioned the knot and really connecting in there. Are there other avenues where you're looking to really capture the market that's available to you, to really get your name out there even bigger and broader and bolder, to let people know who you are and the services that you offer?
That's a really great question. Also, tell your dog hi for me. Yes, we do a lot of local networking. I'm a part of the Birmingham Chamber, a BNI network in Troy. I'm a part of a couple of different women's networking groups. So we're constantly getting our name out there. I believe that's how our client list has grown 500%. Our online presence is also a really big part of that, and we'll continue to post lots of cute events, which tend to do really well to get us views.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Erin, just as Chris, also, I have a dog. I completely understand the need of who do I leave my dog with. I have so many questions, but I'll try to limit okay, so one is, how scalable is your business without hurting the quality of the dog care?
Can you repeat that question, please?
How scalable do you think your business can be without hurting the quality of the dog care?
That is an excellent question. So our main priority is dog care. Anytime we book at a house, we have a limit of how many dog families can be there. So rather than fill each house with more dogs, we're constantly bringing on new pet sitters who are qualified to watch these dogs. They train with us and become professional pet sitters through the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters. We work with local dog trainers, and that is always going to be our number one goal, because a safe and happy dog is what makes this job fun for us and rewarding for our clients.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Erin. It's a pleasure to meet you. Definitely, I do not have a dog per se, but I do have a fur baby. So maybe we can discuss offline if you would accept rabbits and bunnies. So my question is just in regard to understand that you have a few locations across the area. What, if any, has been your strategy for opening the different locations?
That's a great question.
Or selecting the new locations.
Absolutely. So some of our top ways of getting dogs are through my BNI network and also through local dog trainers. So one of our biggest source for dogs is Sit Means Sit in Rochester. So when we look at adding a new house, we start to look at how many dogs are coming from each area. Once we do that, we reach out to not only dog trainers, but schools who provide us with names of teachers who are great employees. We work with people who already know how to train dogs. We work with nannies who have a background in childcare. So we're looking to bring in and train clients who are already really skilled with animals and customer care. Once we know where those are and what city they should be in, we begin the training process, and they don't become an established house with us before 3 months of work and care and training.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we do have time for just one more question. Raquel, did you have another one? You said you have so many.
Yes. Well, the actually Courtney mentioned that she has also a pet that is not a dog, and I was thinking that there are cat owners that really need this kind of services. Have you thought of expanding? I know it's bark, but do you or developing something similar?
We found that if we really dive into the niche of working with dogs, we're able to expand and increase our skill set with dogs. Their body language is much different than a cat. Dogs are considered a predator style animal, where cats are not. So their needs are a lot different, and I think we can be more effective by sticking to our lane and working with dogs. However, if you do book boarding services with us, we do have some regular cats, and if you follow along on our Instagram, occasionally I'll even be able to catch a picture of them, though they do tend to hide more than my photogenic dogs. So we do plan to stick mostly with dogs, as that's really helping catapult our growth. And we would love to pair with somebody who has cat sitting skills and refer out to them.
Great answer. Thank you.
All right. Well, Erin, we are out of time, but great job. Thanks so much. And we can tell that you are very passionate about what you do. So great job. And we'll let you go and talk to you a little bit later this evening.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
All right. Okay, so that was Erin Schnuty with Bed and Bark Fest. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our second finalist to pitch in the established category this evening, Alicia McKay with No Fear Cafe. Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Great. How are you?
We're doing well. Thanks. So glad you could join us. I'm going to go ahead and put your slides in our stream.
Okay.
And can you just click through one and make sure that those work? Perfect. All right. We're ready to go. So how this works, Alicia, is when you start talking, Maggie will start that 3-minute countdown. If need be, she will call time at 3 minutes and you can finish your sentence. After that, the judges will have some questions for you. So go ahead, take a deep breath. When you start talking, that timer starts. Good luck.
Good evening. I'm Alicia McKay, the CEO founder of No Fear Cafe, a co-learning center that provides fun and engaging STEM-based enrichment experiences, including after-school and summer programs, all toward career readiness and academic excellence for students. Our operations are based in Detroit, Michigan, in a brick and mortar location, as well as on-site and virtually. Did you know that nearly 4 out of 5 Black and Hispanic 8th graders are not proficient in science and math? Innovative after-school programs that strengthen math and science skills are not easily accessible for students, and this has had detrimental effects on academic performance. This gap leaves students unprepared to enter the lucrative STEM career field that is quickly expanding without enough qualified candidates. Lack of engagement has long been a problem in education. Students are bored and idle time is spoiling their potential. In addition, 26% of crime amongst juveniles occurs during after-school hours. Parents and schools are seeking safe and productive alternatives for students. For example, Shauna is a 5th grader who spent evenings home alone, playing video games instead of doing homework. She was failing academically, and though this was frustrating for her mom, she was too exhausted to support Shauna. But when she discovered that Shauna's school contracted with No Fear Cafe as an on-site after-school vendor, she was elated that she would be engaged in a way that would help her to excel. At No Fear Cafe, we believe the solution lies within STEM-based education. Our most valuable competitive edge is our STEM component. We combine Legos with math and we mix science with robots. We empower youth to be creative, intellectual leaders of tomorrow, providing an answer to the lack of tech-savvy talent. This is not a he or she problem. This is a we problem. For the grandma who can't get someone to wire her Ring camera, we need more techies. We are partnering with parents, schools, and other youth-based organizations to provide high-quality enrichment. Institutions are charged around $100 to $400 per session, and families are charged $10 to $50 per session. School district contracts allow us to serve the greatest number of students in need of our services at no direct cost to the families. The education industry is projected to reach $1.7 billion in 2023 with an annual growth rate of 7%. I know that No Fear Cafe is equipped to get a large piece of that market. Our largest contract to date is over $70,000 with Detroit Public Schools, and we have a goal of expanding to 8 additional districts by 2025. We will use the funds to upgrade our tech equipment, administrative operations, hire high-quality instructors, and boost marketing to scale. We appreciate your help to support our current operations and expand our impact. Thank you.
Great job, just on time.
Great job, Alicia. So now the judges are going to ask you some questions that they had from either reading your business plan and or hearing your pitch. So let's go Raquel, Courtney, and Chris.
Thank you for your presentation, Alicia, and thank you for your idea, your business for the community. I think my question for you is, once this is established, and if you win the grant, what else do you think you can bring to the communities beyond Detroit?
Oh, yes, certainly. So we are watching test scores, and we are watching, I just went to a conference for Michigan After School Programs, which represents programs all over the state. And we're seeing a rise in the need for STEM programming. So we are tracking that, and we would like to grow to communities who have a specific need, right? Low test scores, students who are interested in career fields, but don't have the access to those types of role models, right? So we're looking at that. We also provide free programming we committed to 4 to 6 hours of free programming every month, because, you know, we're not in every school. So we want to be accessible as much as we can. So programs like this, competitions like this, allow us to continue our free programming hours as well.
Thank you.
Hello, Alicia. Great to meet you, and thank you so much for your presentation this evening. My question is in regard to when you work with an individual student and or a group of students, what is your method of, I guess, tracking their improvement?
Okay, yes, thank you so much. So one of the things that we do when we intake students, especially for our academic coaching, we do a self-assessment, right? Because parents give us an idea of where the student is, but we really get our accurate pre-test from the student. And we do it not only based on, you know, what problems they can solve, that kind of thing, but also we take an approach, social emotional learning approach, right? Which means that their confidence in themselves is one of the most important factors. And so we track that as well. So we have the pre-test and pre-conversation with the student, and then what we call an exit survey, although our students come back year after year, but we periodically will check in with them to see where they are. So they have grade scores, things like that. But our biggest factor is the growth in their confidence. And that's like one of the things that warms my heart. And one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is because building the students' confidence is going to affect them in more than just math and science. It affects them for many years to come.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing, Alicia.
Oh, thank you.
Good evening, Alicia. And I have to start with, I love that philosophy that you included in your business plan. And I have to read it because it was just, it really connected with me around, I believe all children possess a level of genius to be unlocked. Yes. And I felt it come through your discussion and presentation here tonight through you. So appreciate you and all that you do to lead the business here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my question for you, you mentioned, you know, a couple areas where you have great opportunity between institutions and families, different programs there. Which one really creates the biggest propensity for you to grow, or the biggest opportunity for you to unlock those minds? Which one are you targeting most?
We're definitely targeting institutions most. And it's twofold. One, because again, like I mentioned in the pitch, it's a chance to reach students that are at the most need, but they don't necessarily have the funds to privately secure our services. So it's like, you know, parents are so excited. It's like, oh, my kid's gonna get enrichment and I don't have to pay for it. So that's one part. The other part is it also becomes a commercial for us, because students who participate in the free programming, some of their parents have asked my instructors or asked myself when they saw me on campus, they will say, oh my goodness, you're with that group that they've been with after school. I really would love to see what else you're doing. I told my friend about it who's at this school and they don't have it there. I want to get at that school, you know, so it just keeps growing and growing through those institutions. And we're able to reach hundreds of students in a short amount of time at the schools. So definitely the schools.
Thank you, Alicia, and fantastic answer there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have just about a minute left. We have another quick question for Alicia. We all set? Okay. Well, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us and presenting your pitch this evening. We'll let you get back to the Zoom room with the other finalists, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, okay?
Okay, bye. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. See you later. Okay, that was Alicia McKay with No Fear Cafe. Up next in our established round of pitches, we have Joanna Sarah with Birdie Boutique. Hi, Joanna. How are you?
Good. How about you?
We're doing well. Thank you. You have some slides for us. I'm going to go ahead and put those in our stream. Can you just click through one to make sure that it is working? Perfect. Okay. So, Joanna, how this works is when you start talking, that 3-minute timer will start. If need be, Maggie will call time at 3 minutes and you can finish your sentence. After that, our judges will have some questions for you based on your business plan and or your pitch. So without further ado, go ahead and take a deep breath. When you start talking, that timer starts. Good luck.
Who's ready to revolutionize school fundraising? I'm Joanna, and I'm thrilled to be here. I'm the co-founder of Birdie Boutique, an impactful textile company where we create products with purpose, such as learning blankets, which are blankets with educational concepts on them, and fundraiser blankets. I challenge you to think about the last school fundraiser that you were approached with. Schools lack funding. We can all agree with that. I know that not only as a former educator, but also as an immigrant who went through some pretty rough school districts. Fundraisers are amazing to fill funding gaps, but sadly, there are so many that are overpriced unhealthy foods, cheap plastic trinkets, dominated by large corporations, all with low profit margins for schools, with prices that families cannot justify or afford. So say hello to fundraiser blankets. They're customized to each school or sports program. They spread school spirit. They're super soft. They last for years, and they're 0 calories. Our intentional low pricing results in higher profit for schools. And the custom quality, high quality blankets come at the unbeatable price of only $12. But that's not enough. We wanted to take it even further by using recycled polyester plastic bottles to create our blankets. We want to keep plastics out of oceans and landfills and spread environmental awareness throughout the community. My sister and I created our company 9 years ago when both of our careers ended. We always valued education. It gave us a future. Now we're proud to have over 100 self-designed products with purpose. We knew once our learning blankets were a hit that we could do even more to impact kids. Now our mission is to grow fundraiser blankets to every state nationwide. And with our strong team of women and educated veterans, we know the impact will be monumental. When we started our business, we knew 3 things. We wanted to have an impact on children, an impact on education, and we wanted to build a thriving business that can expand on a big scale. Combining our past blanket experience makes it realistic for us to capture 1%, which is $33 million of a $3 billion school fundraising industry. And due to our many competitive advantages and our high profit margins, we can put the money where it belongs, which is schools. Today, we're asking for $10,000 for 2 reasons. Number 1, sustainability research, testing and development. We need to test various recycled fabrics to make sure that we can still ensure and produce the same quality of blankets. And number 2, advertising. We want to send targeted print ads to schools nationwide, put ads in PTO magazines, promote on social media, and exhibit at school and sport conventions. So join us on our mission to empower schools and to provide students with ample experiences, because just one experience can change a child's trajectory forever.
All right, Joanna, way to go and finish out your sentence there. I know that can be a little jarring, so way to stick with it. All right, at this point, we are going to have our judges ask some questions of you. So let's go Courtney, Chris, then Raquel.
Hello, good evening, Joanna, and thank you so much for your presentation. Just had a question in regard to your sales or customers thus far. With fundraising with different levels of schools, have you seen more success in one particular grade or area, such as primary versus high school?
Thank you. Great question. So we've had a lot of experience in blankets, but as far as the school fundraising, this is a fairly new launch for us in the last 6 months or so. I piloted it at my children's elementary school. We had 450 students at the school and sold shockingly 750 blankets. And so we are expanding this into schools K through 12, but I would say if you're asking exactly where the biggest growth is, I would say middle school to high school is where we're seeing most of our orders, but we still are seeing elementary schools as well.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, Joanna. I really enjoyed seeing in your business plan around bringing the production local and with the Go Detroit zone, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I really was curious if you could share an update. It looked like you were, having some good discussions. And are you going to be able to bring that local here to Michigan?
Thank you. That's a great question. And that is definitely one of our very large goals. Sustainability is a big issue for us. And what we want, of course, is to bring manufacturing here. But one of our biggest competitive advantages right now is the pricing that we're able to offer schools. So we're able to offer them these blankets for $12. They can sell them for $25 or $30 or whatever their demographics allow them to sell them for. And so we're trying to keep that pricing low, whereas one of our biggest competitors is selling them for $40 to $50 and asking schools to resell them for $80. So we want to keep this realistic, but that's obviously a goal of ours. And as we grow and as we're able to expand and produce more blankets, that will much quicker be able to bring our manufacturing here. So we're kind of waiting for those numbers to go up before we can buy in much more bulk and create that and make it a reality.
Well, thank you for your answer there. And I can share, I have my fair share of fundraiser items that I would have really loved a blanket. Thank
Happy
you.
to hear that. Thank you.
Hi, Joanna.
Hello.
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question. As a business owner, from what I saw in your business plan, in 2022, your direct customer sales shrank compared to the big stores. So as a business owner, what have you learned of negotiating or doing business with the big stores compared to, more direct or even with the school system?
So we originally started as a B2C CPG brand where we were selling only on e-commerce for our first probably 6-7 years in business. And then we decided one day, well, why not attempt going into retail? So retail is very new to us. And so when we decided to go into retail in the last year and a half, our direct B2C sales dropped a little bit because we were putting all of our focus and energy into going into those big retailers such as, your Walgreens, Meijer, and Harris Teeter, and we're launching in Pop Shelf next month as well. So I would say that that's the reason. And same thing with the schools. We're kind of shifting to a B2B focus, although we're still keeping our B2C line going, and we're hoping to keep all of the areas growing as we expand.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe we have about another minute and a half left. If anybody has one final question for Joanna. No? Okay. Well, Joanna, thank you so much for being on. I know you're on a business trip right now, coming to us from Nashville, so we'll let you get back to it because I know you're probably pretty busy. So
we're here at WeBank, which is the largest women-owned business conference. So super excited. Thank you.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Well, good luck with the rest of that trip, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so that was Birdie Boutique. Up next in the established category, we have Lisa Johnson with Essential Skincare and Beauty. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing well, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and put your slides in our stream. Can you just go ahead and click through to one for me? We're just going to make sure. Perfect. Okay. Want to make sure those work before you get started. So Lisa, how this goes is when you start talking, Maggie will start that 3-minute timer. If need be, if you do not finish at that 3-minute mark, she'll call time and you can finish your sentence. After that, we will have the judges ask some questions that they have of you. And we'll go from there. So go ahead, take a deep breath. When you start talking, that timer starts when you're ready.
Fact, skin conditions are the most common health concerns in the world. Fact, in the US, skin conditions affect 1 in 3 people. Fact, there are approximately 48,000 estheticians and only 5.1% are Black. Fact, aesthetic schools mainly focus on non-melanated skin, which widens the disparity. Among the Black population, skin conditions such as acne scarring, dark marks, and inflammatory conditions are common. Take John. He struggled with acne as a youth and developed acne scarring and dark marks over time. He saw multiple skin practitioners, spent thousands of dollars on medications and treatments without results. When John came to Essential, he shared how the dark marks and scarring affected his self-confidence. He shared how the process of trying to correct the scarring left him exhausted. We created a customized treatment plan for John. We educated him on the skin as the body's largest organ that needed nurturing and care. His treatment plan consisted of chemical peels and corrective facials. After 6 months, John's dark marks and scarring, a direct quote from John, had completely reversed. I am Lisa Johnson, Nurse LJ, nurse of over 25 years, also the co-owner of Essential Skincare and Beauty. We provide a host of services, including facials, chemical peels, hair removal, wellness treatments, and advanced skill training to licensed professionals. We are also an approved apprenticeship provider with the state of Michigan. In our local market, we are the only nurse-owned, Black-owned, family-owned wellness spa specializing in Black skin. As a registered nurse and a person who also struggled with cystic acne, I completely empathize with what John was going through. I changed the direction of my nursing career to learn aesthetics to help myself and clients like John. The $10,000 prize money will enable us to continue bridging the gap between self-care and wellness. A portion of the funds will be used to onboard a branding and marketing specialist to increase our visibility. Any remaining funds will cover costs to begin the process of onboarding a medical director. I'm Nurse LJ, co-owner of Essential Skincare and Beauty, where self-care is healthcare. Thank you.
Great job. You had 14 seconds left on the clock.
Great job, Lisa.
Thank you.
So at this point, the judges have some questions for you based on a review of your business plan and or hearing your pitch. So let's go ahead and go Chris, Raquel, then Courtney.
All right. Well, good evening, Nurse LJ. I was really loving John's story that you shared with us and the experience there. My question for you, my first question you answered was really how you compare with having, I really thought being a nurse in your business felt like a standout, through reading through your business plan. And then you definitely solidified that for me here in your pitch for sure. So my question for you then is, as you, let's say you win the prize and get the cash to improve your marketing approach, where are you going to target most in order to be able to draw in that customer base where you really want to be able to make an impact?
Thank you, Chris, for that question.
Yeah.
So the goal is to onboard that marketing and branding specialist so we can expand our social platform, so we can get more into the community. Sometimes we'll do pop-up events, but our goal is to get more into the community and also expand that the advanced skills training. And that way we'll draw in more estheticians that are really wanting to learn about the uniqueness of melanated skin.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Lisa, thank you for your presentation. I have to say, I love your business plan and your proposal. I think that having you as a nurse in this, sorry, my English again, segment, it is a differentiation. I don't have much questions for you more than how much compared to what you have nowadays, how much do you think your business will grow if you receive the grant, once you provide those things that you think will improve the business?
So thank you for that question, Raquel. So right now, let me just say we have 95% retention. So the clients that started with us 4 years ago, we have been able to keep majority of those clients. We anticipate, if you're looking at the business plan, we forecast being able to double our profits with onboarding things like the IV hydration, which is something that a lot of our clients, they're asking for now. We also do corporate events. So after the pandemic, a lot of corporations started focusing on services that will help with morale. And so we have been invited to come into some of these corporations and provide 15-minute facial massages and lunchtime facials. So we just anticipate, we are really going to see remarkable growth if we can definitely get that medical portion solidified. Thank you for your question.
Well, good evening, and thank you so much for your presentation, Nurse LJ. I too just appreciate you bringing proven results to allow us to just see the remarkable changes and impact that you're able to make. My question is, I guess, in more regard to your growth strategy. Sometimes there is a direct connection between skincare and dermatology, especially amongst the Black community. Do you foresee maybe yourself partnering with and/or expanding your business model to include dermatology?
Absolutely. So a very good question, Courtney. Back when I struggled with this problem, dermatologists did not spend a lot of time teaching you skincare. They gave you medications. They would recommend invasive treatments, but no one ever really taught you about how to take care of your skin on a daily basis. What we're seeing now is a lot of doctors are actually trying to partner with estheticians. Some of them will even have an esthetician in their office so they can get the best of both worlds. We can treat the conditions, but we can also teach you how to love your skin, because that is so important. And a lot of us, we just didn't get that. So yeah, definitely. I have, what's amazing to me as a nurse is how many doctors are interested in being a part of this. It has just been really wonderful to talk to some of these practitioners who are, very interested in partnering with me to help that population of people.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question.
Well, Nurse LJ, Lisa Johnson, the Essential Skincare and Beauty, thank you so much for being with us this evening and for your presentation. We'll let you go back to that Zoom room with the finalists and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, to round us out, not only in the established pitch category, but also with our entire pitch competition in Southeast Michigan this evening, Felice Smith with Tried and True Financial Services. Hi, Felice. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing well. I don't know what's harder going first or last. So we're going to give you a lot of credit here because you've been waiting this entire time. So I'm going to go ahead and bring your slides.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did we lose your slides? I think we lost your slides. That's okay. Go ahead and pull those back up while you're doing that. You're good. Audience, we're very excited because as soon as this final pitch is over, we are going to move into our audience choice voting. So I know I've seen lots of comments about who people are going to vote for, which I'm so glad you turned out to support your finalist. We are going to walk you through how to vote just as soon as we are done with all of the pitches this evening. So stay tuned because that winner does walk away with $1,000 this evening. So very exciting there. All right, Belize, are you able to get those up?
Yep, they're processing.
Okay, there
right
they
now.
are. I'm going to add them to our stream. Can you go ahead and click through once just to make sure they work? Perfect. Okay. So here's how this works. When you start talking, Maggie starts that 3-minute timer. If need be, she'll call time at 3 minutes. You can finish your sentence. Then our judges will have some questions for you based on your business plan and or your pitch. So Belize, go ahead, take us home when you're ready.
All right. Hello, my name is Belize Smith, founder and CEO of Tried and True Financial Services. Small businesses are starting at record highs, yet 50% fail within 5 years, and it's often due to poor cash flow management or lack of funding. Consider Shannon. She was overwhelmed with keeping her business finances in order. Shannon was afraid every time she received a piece of mail from the bank and the IRS. She couldn't get any access to capital to grow her business the way she envisioned it. Overall, Shannon was confused about how to best track her business income and expenses. Shannon's expertise is in the beauty industry, and she felt stuck, often moving from one location to another to find the right place to service her clientele. With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Tried and True is established to educate service-based small business owners on the ABCs of finance to simplify their accounting, budgeting, and credit processes. In the accounting space, we offer tax planning to ensure they are paying the least amount of taxes and tax preparation to ensure compliance. In the budgeting space, we ensure they know their numbers and have a bookkeeping system in place to produce critical financial statements. In the credit space, we provide them with the tools necessary to ensure they are considered by a multitude of lenders. When Shannon came to us, she was confused, exhausted, and downright frustrated. We sat down with Shannon, made sense of her current situation, and brought calm to her chaos. We got her books balanced, generated her P&L statements, maximized her deductions, and got her tax filings up to date, all of which positioned her to get access to the capital she needed to secure her own location. Shannon was relieved. She made space for not only herself, but for other women with aspirations similar to hers. Shannon achieved the success she was looking for. Shannon was sleeping much better at night. Empowering women in business to take control of their finances is not just about numbers. It's about giving them the freedom to reach their full potential. And that's exactly what we've been doing here at Tried and True for nearly a decade. We will use the $10,000 to launch our quarterly DIY bookkeeping live bootcamp series to help more Shannons get their finances in order. This bookkeeping bootcamp will ensure their books are balanced, they know how to interpret their financial statements, and understand their business profitability. So I'd love to support the mission of Michigan Women Forward to WomanUp and help more Shannons. Thank you.
Great job. You had 5 seconds left on the clock.
All right, Belize, way to finish strong. Love it. Okay, so for this last round, let's go Raquel, Courtney, and Chris with some questions for Belize.
Belize, thank you for your presentation. A lot of enthusiasm. I like it. My question is, I think your services are very much needed in the small business community. In the Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we have seen a lot of demand of entrepreneurs that need support even before they establish their small business. Have you thought about guiding, maybe also supporting small entrepreneurs to create their businesses and then they would become your clients afterwards?
Absolutely. And that's why we have the platform established where I do offer free 20-minute consultations. And in fact, I get a lot of people that call me before they get to that step and they have questions about how to get started. And that's information that I share with them before they even launch. How to get their EIN, how to establish an LLC, how to structure their business, what banks to go to set up their business bank account, and how to allocate their funds before they even earn the first dollar. So it's happening already in the space and in the capacity under the umbrella of Tried and True Financial Services. Great question, Raquel, and thanks for asking.
Thank you.
Good evening, Valise. Pleasure to meet you. And I too think that our community certainly needs more services that help our small businesses and entrepreneurs grow. Coming from the financial industry myself, we are often looking for partners and or contacts to even refer, some of our customers to. So thank you for everything that you're doing. My question is in regard to your capacity right now, knowing that there's a big need in our community, especially coming out of the COVID pandemic. How much or how many businesses do you feel as though you're able to take on and support at this time?
So the business model that I have and the projections that we have in place is basically when I get to more than 50 individual, then it'll be time for me to onboard an accounting assistant or a tax prep assistant or an assistant in that space to assist with the volume. And also that's why the boot camp is established to do group coaching sessions, because with the partnership that I have now with Mission Community Resources, I'm kind of doing that one-on-one type of service providing that right now. And I see that there's a need, but I believe that there's so much that could be had even in a group setting, like just being in this situation, going through this pitch competition and the conversations that we had over in the green room before we came over to the live stream was so powerful. So I know that there's so much energy that can be had, that can come together when entrepreneurs get together in a room. And so the group coaching model is also one that I'm considering to make sure that I can kind of manage that capacity as well. So great question, Courtney, and thank you for asking.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, hello and good evening. The energy you brought tonight was really a great way to get to know you and bring your business plan to life here. My question for you kind of stems off Courtney's as you opened up there, not so much your question, but I'm curious. I read in your business plan about, really connecting with small business, that the SBOs out there. And I heard you mention, another connection that you have in order to connect into potential clients and customers. But have you thought about relationships with areas that extend loans or business investment to really partner in? And can you share a little bit of that with us here? Let us see how you're activating in that area.
Absolutely. And so I mentioned a little bit about during my response to Courtney that I partner with Michigan Community Resource that is in partnership with SCORE and TechTown. I also participate in the Ask an Expert program with TechTown, so I offer free consultations through that platform as well. And I've also had an occasion to sit down and talk with someone with Michigan Women Forward already. I know that they have some cohorts of programs that they're rolling out to offer financial services. So I'm totally open to that type of collaboration. And I know that it could bring a lot of power, together to help out the small business owners. And again, as a small business owner myself, I know the finance piece, but they have so many other gifts and talents that they're trying to roll out. And the finance piece tends to be such a barrier that I'm very passionate about being able to help out with that in any way that I can. So absolutely looking at Michigan Women Forward and other CDFIs in the local community and across the United States that I can bring in my services to assist. So absolutely, Chris, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Well, Valise, similar to how we're doing now, yes, you can now work across the country very easily with this virtual format. What a time to be alive. So speaking of which, we've had a lot of people tuning in from all over the U.S. And even internationally this evening. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Valise, thank you so much for rounding us out. And we will let you get back over to that green room and talk to you a little bit later.
All right. Thank you. Nice meeting you all. Have a good night.
Right. Have a good night. All right. At this point, we're going to go ahead and let our judges move on over to their top secret teams meeting where they're going to be putting in their final scores and deliberating. Judges, thank you so much. You've all been fantastic. Wonderful questions. And we know that this took some pre-work from you to go through those business plans and score those. Thank you so much for doing that this year. We appreciate it. And hopefully we will see you next year as well. All right, we'll let you get over there.
Thank you.
Okay. Maggie, what'd you think?
Great show. Everybody did a great job. I am just so proud of everyone who really stepped up from watching the practice pitches a few weeks ago to now. You can really tell that they took the advice of the practice judges and ran with it. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, they did. I feel like we say this every week, but it's so true. I don't want to be in, like, I'm curious to be in the judges deliberation meeting, but also I don't envy the task that they have ahead of them to determine who is going to win that prize money. And for everyone watching, we're just going to remind you, first place in each category walks away with $10,000 today. Second place, $5,000, and third place, $2,500. All thanks to Consumers Energy. So we've come to probably we'll call it the second most exciting part of the program, where we get to do the audience choice vote, because I would say the most exciting is probably when we announce the winners. But we know everybody's just itching to be able to vote for their favorite finalists. We're going to let you do that right now. And so 2 ways we're going to do that. One is, here's the QR code. If you want to go ahead and scan that on your phone, you can vote using the Google form that will come up. Otherwise, there will be a link to that Google form in the comment section of both Facebook and YouTube. So it's a very simple form to use. All you got to do is input your name and your email. We do that because you get one vote per person, rather. So go ahead and vote for your favorite finalists this evening. Just a quick rundown again. We have Ina Events and Decor, Naturally Illustrated, D Beauty Bus, Rove Soap Sheets, Empowered Bumps and Boobs, Bed and Barkfest. It's a lot of B's. No Fear Cafe, Birdie Boutique, Essential Skincare and Beauty, and Tried and True Financial Services. So go ahead and cast your vote for your favorite. We will leave that open for about 5 minutes, and then we will go ahead and close that audience choice vote. So if you have not voted by either scanning this QR code or go ahead and clicking the link in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube, please do that now. Make sure you get your vote in for your favorite. I'm going to go ahead and put this QR code up in the corner. Don't worry, you can still scan it and access it. So Maggie, tell us a little bit about what you do here at MWF. What area do you work, and what does your job entail?
So thank you, Ellie. I am the Business Development Officer for Michigan Women Forward. I cover St. Clair County area, pretty much the Thumb area. I also cover the Pontiac, Oakland County area as well. And I help our entrepreneurs prepare them for a microloan with Michigan Women Forward. So I help them gather documents. I connect them to resources within the community and help them with technical assistance sometimes as needed. So,
great.
Yeah, exciting.
And how long have you been with MWF?
I've been with MWF since October 2021.
Great. All right. Well, we love having you not only at MWF and on our WEI team, but also as our timer. You do such a fabulous job keeping us on track. So thank you for that. We'll let you get out of here and enjoy the rest of your night. But thanks again, Maggie. And we'll see you next week at the statewide food competition.
You're welcome. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, Maggie. All right. Just a reminder, you have a few more minutes to be able to cast your vote for your favorite in our audience choice vote. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our results page and see. This is a close one. If you have not cast your vote, make sure you get that in. You're going to want to make sure that your vote counts because we've got quite a tight race here. So very exciting. Go ahead. We'll just leave that open for a few more minutes and allow you to do that. So something that we love to do is to hear an update from our previous pitch winners. We want to hear about their pitch experience. We want to hear about their business and what they're doing. And so I was able to sit down a little earlier this week with one of our winners from the Southeast competition last year, Paula Tutman with Zook It. And we put a little recording together. So we'll go ahead and watch this. And just a reminder to cast that vote. We're going to close down the form in about 1 more minute. But let's watch this.
I'm here with Paula Tutman of Zook It. She won the startup category last year in the Southeast pitch competition. Paula, how are you?
Good morning, I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks so much again for joining us. We're excited to hear a bit about your pitch experience and also to get an update from you about how things are going. And so tell us about your business, Zook It. What is it? How did you start it?
So Zook It is the maker of a product called Braless Bra Instant Cleavage Sculpting Solution. And that is exactly what it sounds like. It's an innovative, design-engineered breast lifting tape designed to lift and support women all the way to an end cup. When I say design-engineered, it's because it actually has design engineering behind it. A lot of products have entered the marketplace. They're using, I think it's called kinesiology tape, athletic tape. They're using all kinds of different things. But we actually went to design engineers, went through hundreds, not kidding, hundreds of different substrate texture samples. I drew out a design because I wanted the tape to be able to breathe. I wanted it to be translucent so you don't have to color match your skin. I didn't want you to have to use scissors near your tender boobs. And so I wanted it to be size customizable without scissors. I actually got the idea because I grew up with big breasts. I mean, I had boobs since I was 12. Can I say boobs? They're boobs. It is what it is. Yeah. So, I have a twin sister who did not have boobs at 12. So I did not feel normal. I did not grow up feeling that I had a normal body. I definitely had body image issues as an adult because I am on the speaker circuit as a broadcast journalist. I'd have to be in evening gowns a lot, and I always had to manage my breasts and how they looked in the dress. And so I was using postage tape and duct tape and all manner of tapes. And I landed on surgical tape, which worked really, really well, except it adheres to your skin. It actually melts onto your skin. So when you take it off, it tears your skin. And
yeah, I'm kind of cringing thinking about it. Ugh.
I know. But you know what? But this is how crazy this is, Ellie. I didn't care because I look great in my clothing.
What made you decide to apply for the pitch competition?
Money.
You have this product. You've been testing it. You've been using it. What made you decide to apply?
Money. I needed money. I needed free money. I have investors. I've gone into my savings. I've grabbed money from everywhere I can. We're manufacturing in the USA, and that's a heavy lift. That said, I manufactured in the U.S. and I needed money, and I knew about this contest, and I applied. I didn't know, I applied for lots of things. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was really excited. In fact, when I got the notice, I just kind of thought it was, oh, this is a bulk email saying, oh, thanks for applying. I didn't even realize that I was actually going to be in the contest. It took, I think I went back and looked at the email, and then, it processed, I'm
a finalist.
You got it, yeah.
Okay, so perfect segue. So you're named a finalist. You finally realized this, and take us through the process of what it was like to prepare for the actual competition, because there's a bit of a time lapse between when you discover you are a finalist and then when you actually pitch in March. So some things happen in that time. You're paired with a coach. You're working on writing your 10-page business plan, putting your 3-minute pitch together. What was that process like for you?
So let me just say this, for people who do this, thank goodness for that time lapse. That's really, really important because preparation is important. Now, keep in mind, I'm a broadcast journalist, and so I speak for a living. That's not the same as this. Mm-hmm. There's a very specific formula. And so, I do think your mentor, I had a great mentor. I had a great coach. I do think that really makes a difference because they've been there before and they know what judges are looking for and they know what that formula is. And while you are making and rewriting that business plan to meet that criteria, you're also improving your business plan. So start there, and you're improving how you speak about your vision and your elevator pitch. I also have a fantastic team. I did a lot of rehearsals, Ellie, a lot. I talked to my coach a lot. We did Zoom run-throughs. I designed a little studio in my guest bedroom because I wanted it to be visual. And I thought about, well, you know, I've got these great posters. Do I use the posters or do I want to use a mannequin? I mean, there was a lot that really went into that.
So you're preparing. When you come up to the day of the pitch, I'm going to take you back probably about a year now.
Yeah.
What were you feeling the day of the event? And what did you do? I assume you have maybe a bit of a routine or some things that you traditionally do to prepare for a broadcast or to be on air.
Yeah.
What did you do that day?
So that's an interesting question. So start with, I always do diction drills because I speak for a living. And I believe that warming up your mouth and your tongue to work with your brain is important. And so I do these diction drills. The tip of the tongue is taking a trip of 3 steps down the palate to tap it 2 upon the teeth. So I do that so that I can loosen up my tongue so it works with my brain, you know. I, E, I, O, you know. So honestly, I do that every single day anyway. But I did wake up with some disappointment because my husband forgot that there was a competition. And I was trying to, and then I realized, oh, I should have invited people to watch. And I'd forgotten to do that. And now it's the day of the event and people are busy. And so I didn't have a lot of people in the, you know, I knew I wouldn't have a lot of people in the room. And I didn't have a lot of people in the room other than my, you know, my immediate team members. And I was worried about technology because I'm a technological illiterate and my at-home IT department was away at college, my 19-year-old daughter. So, I mean, you know, I had a little bit of anxiety, not a lot, but it's just kind of like, oh, darn, I think I should have done that. And, oh, you didn't remember that this was today? Okay, well, that's fine. Understand. You know, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So you're talking about technology and being a little, you know, not sure how that might go. You did have a fun little twist, we'll call it fun maybe. You lost audio during your pitch. And so I'm thinking back to this and I remember we could hear you just fine.
I couldn't hear you.
Couldn't hear us. That was the problem. You gave your pitch like a pro, you nailed it, 3 minutes, it was great. And then I think I was furiously typing the judges' questions into the chat function so that you could read them and answer the judges' questions. You said you are great at going up, I can't talk today. You're great at just kind of working on the fly. And that really came through in your pitch when that happened. So, you know, what was that like in the moment for you?
It was horrible.
How'd that happen?
It was horrible. It really was horrible. Yeah, I could not hear you. Here's the interesting thing. It turned out my husband was watching. He was in the basement. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I don't know if I've been cued because once you start talking, you know, I think you've got 3 minutes if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And I'm just standing there and all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 boom. And it's my husband clambering up the stairs from the basement and he says, go, you're on. And that's when I started talking.
You are announced as the winner of $10,000 in the startup category.
Couldn't hear it. Didn't hear it. Didn't hear the announcement.
But you were announced, you won the money. What did you end up doing with that prize money?
It was, well, first of all, let's start with something that is as valuable as money. And that is recognition. That is other people getting it. It's almost a validation. Like you shouldn't need others to validate you, but man, it helps. Keep in mind that we launched basically a luxury product during COVID. We couldn't stop that train. We were in production We couldn't, we were going down the tracks, and we launched a product for women to use at weddings and parties and going out and going to the office, and no one was doing that. And so we are in the marketplace for all intent and purpose with a zero customer base for 2 years, Ellie. It was painful. We were running out of cash, and it was demoralizing and really difficult. We were feeling defeated.
So we're going to hear the rest of that in just a minute of Paula's experience with the pitch and what she did with the money. But right now, I would like to go ahead and bring in Michigan Women Forward's Chief Lending Officer, Alexis Dishman. Good evening, Alexis. How are you?
I am great. How are you, Ellie?
Doing well. So what do you think of the pitches this evening?
They were great. I'm so happy I'm not a judge. I do not
say that every week, and it's so like we mean it. It is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy that's not me.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, you have a few words for us about our sponsor, so I will let you take it away here.
Sure. So hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Alexis Dishman, and I'm the Chief Lending Officer at Michigan Women Forward. None of this would be possible without our wonderful sponsor, Consumers Energy Foundation. Let's watch this video.
When you think about caring for your community, what comes to mind? Maybe it's improving education or encouraging workforce development, fighting hunger or eliminating homelessness, preserving the environment, or supporting the arts. Consumers Energy has been giving back to Michigan for well over a century, and since 1990, we have been helping local communities grow and thrive through the Consumers Energy Foundation. Last year, Consumers Energy, our charitable foundation, employees and retirees gave over $19 million to Michigan nonprofit organizations. We're investing in what's most important to Michigan, its people, our planet, and Michigan's prosperity. The Consumers Energy Foundation is committed to ensuring all Michigan residents thrive economically and have access to world-class educational resources. We're focused on creating grants that protect and strengthen the health and sustainability of our state's land, water, and air. And we're dedicated to ensuring Michigan's businesses and communities are growing with world-class resources. For more information on how the Consumers Energy Foundation is caring for our communities, visit consumersenergy.com/foundation.
Here with us this evening is Julie Hedigas, Executive Director of Energy Services at Consumer Energy, to say a few words. Welcome, Julie. Did you enjoy listening to the pitches this evening?
Oh my gosh, they get better and better every week. I don't know how these judges are going to do this, Alexis. Oh my goodness.
I don't either. I'm happy it's not me.
Well, I was a judge, and I can tell you it was hard. They have a hard job to pick a winner here for all these folks. I mean, they were amazing.
They certainly were. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with you here today. I just went off mute. Oh my goodness. I'm so thrilled to be here with you this evening and see the support we provide through grant making come to life. Consumers Energy is dedicated to ensuring Michigan businesses and communities are growing and thriving. That includes creating opportunities for entrepreneurs who can bring critical new ideas to the table, like those we were so fortunate to see tonight. These past few years have been a challenge for our entrepreneurs, and we are proud that the Consumers Energy Foundation was able to provide $400,000 in support of Michigan Women Forward's Michigan Entrepreneur Resilience Fund and Michigan and Women's Entrepreneurial Initiative to help women-owned businesses survive during the pandemic and support entrepreneurship for women and minorities. This funding was part of nearly $3 million supporting small business, women and minority-owned small businesses in particular. We know there will be more to do, and we are grateful for all that Michigan Women Forward is doing on behalf of women-owned businesses. If we look at our partnership, I'm thrilled to say that we have contributed more than $1.7 million to Michigan Women Forward, its Women Entrepreneurship Initiative, and other vital programming. We appreciate the opportunity to be here and, more importantly, for the opportunity to support the entrepreneurs who have participated in this event today. I've enjoyed hearing the pitches, and I'm super excited to present today's winners. But before we virtually hand out the prizes, I want to thank all of our finalists for sharing their vision and their plans for growth. At Consumers Energy, we work for people, the planet, and Michigan's prosperity. And we know that small businesses are critical to a prosperous economy. Thank you again for all your pitches. Your hard work will take you a very long way, and you will position our state well for many years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Julie, for being here tonight, and to Consumers Energy Foundation for always being a part of Michigan Women Forward in our work. Without them, these competitions and so many more of our programs would not be possible. Thank you so much. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Comerica Bank, our Practice Your Pitch sponsor. Michigan Women Forward accelerates women's entrepreneurship through providing access to capital, education, and mentorship to start or grow successful businesses. Women in business receive just 7% of venture funds for their startups. This is a bleak number considering the growth of entrepreneurship in the United States. 57.4% of SBA microloan programs went to women-led businesses. Through MWF's Entrepreneurship Initiative, we work to eliminate barriers to business ownership and increase profitability and growth for women-owned businesses. Our goal is to make entrepreneurship less difficult so women have equal access to success. MWF's goal is to provide our entrepreneurs with collaborative opportunities to determine what resources will best assist them in building and growing their businesses. We offer a broad range of educational options, including one-on-one meetings and workshops. At MWF, we are here to support women entrepreneurs at every stage of their business. We are focused on helping women create sustainable businesses that enable them to take care of their families and create a legacy of wealth. We recognize that even the most promising businesses, new or existing, have difficulty attaining much needed capital. To help entrepreneurs, Michigan Women Forward offers funding resources to build and grow successful businesses. Through MWF's microloan program, we are able to provide entrepreneurs with loans up to $50,000, regardless of the stage of their business. At MWF, we believe that our support of entrepreneurs extends beyond capital. That's why we took a look at our learnings from the pandemic and developed innovative programs to support the sustainability of microenterprise. If you would like to learn more about our programs, please check out our website at www.miwf.org. Thank you and have a great evening.
Well, thank you again, Alexis. We will let you go for this evening and kick back, relax, and watch the award announcements, which we're also excited for.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
You as well. Okay, and we are about to get to those award announcements. Just quickly before we do, I have a couple of other thank yous. One is we have many volunteers that volunteer to coach and mentor our finalists throughout this entire process. We talked about it earlier, how it starts in October, and then they are paired with a coach and a mentor working on their 10-page business plan and their 3-minute pitch. They do a pitch workshop presented by Barbara Bolt. Thank you so much, Barbara. You do a great job as always. And then working with their coaches the entire time. So here are the coaches for the Southeast Michigan competition this year. So if you reading through this list, you recognize somebody, be sure to next time you see them, say, hey, I saw that you were a coach, way to go. Loved hearing all the pitches. Your finalists did great. And, let them know that you appreciate their volunteer work in this competition. So thank you, coaches. And then also this is such a team effort. So we have so many people working from our MWF team on this entire event tonight, people you see and don't see. And so we have Tanisha Greer, who is hosting this Zoom room with the finalists. We call it our green room. And so they're off to the side here. I have it on a second monitor, and she keeps everybody calm, cool, and collected, nerves at bay in the green room. So we so appreciate Tanisha. We have Myra and Kenneth, who are in the judges' deliberation and scorekeeping and making sure that they're staying on task and communicating with me. So appreciate that as well. And then Therese Schneider is our social media person this evening. So we so appreciate the work of all of them. And then also wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to our Detroit office, just because we've been doing this the last couple of pitch competitions. So there you have it. Many individuals that work out of our Southeast office, and a lot of finance here. And then Anne keeps the office running. We appreciate her. And of course, Carolyn as well. So there you have it, our Detroit staff. But I know everybody is just itching to hear who the award winners are. So I'm going to go ahead and bring back Carolyn Casson, our president and CEO, and Julie Hagedis from Consumers Energy. Okay, so we're getting pretty excited for these announcements, right?
Oh, I was back there with those judges. They agonized. The scores were so close, and it was really tough. It was really tough. You all did so wonderfully out there, but they finally. I had to twist them. Come on, we have to make a decision. So they did.
Announce it at some point. Okay.
It's hard to do.
They did. And Julie's so glad to be doing this with you. Really fun. Really
Absolutely.
fun.
So happy to be
And
here.
thank you to Consumers Energy. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready?
So excited.
And then you do know our audience choice winners in the startup category. So we're going to announce
right.
that.
Our audience choice winner is in the startup category. The audience picked Ina Events and Decor.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so well deserved.
Yep.
They were so excited. I love it.
They were having a little watch party there. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay. Third place, Julie, right?
Yep. Third place.
Third place for $2,500. Rove Soap Sheet. Congratulations.
Congratulations. So well deserved. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're on to second place.
For the startups, the second place, Empowered Bump and Boobs. And I said that without laughing, haven't we? I said.
Thank you so much.
The judges didn't think I could say it without laughing. So it's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Okay, here we go. First place in the startup category, Carolyn. Who we got?
For $10,000. Naturally Illustrated.
Yay! Oh, yay!
You have them, Carrie.
Oh, your fan club is so happy. Oh, yes. Congratulations.
Pretty proud, right? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having a great idea and now make it grow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She got me tearing up.
Me too. Me too. Wait a minute.
The reactions are part of the fun, right? Okay. We need a little bit of transition time to get our other finalists in here. So earlier we were watching a video from a previous winner from last year, Paula Tutman, and we kind of got to the part where she was talking about how sometimes the recognition was just as good as winning the money. And so we just have the final portion of her update here. So let's go ahead and watch this.
Just having people say, wow, you got something there, kid. That was so amazing for the team. We floated for weeks after that. Just that recognition and acknowledgement was really buoying to the team. So I don't want to say it's just the money, but we also needed the money. And so we hired an ad team so that we could start getting our message out there. And it really, I mean, it helped. It really helped a lot. It was $10,000. That may not be a lot of money to a lot of people, but after 2 years with no customers and we're still trying to get into the marketplace, $10,000 may as well have been $1 million. It was a lot of money, and it allowed us to get a professional team in there to really look at what we were doing with our message, our messaging, our branding. It really helped us a lot.
Okay. So a year later, here we are. How have you seen growth in your business? What are your future plans? for your business?
We're still fighting the fight. We are still trying to resonate. If there are other contests in there, I definitely want to jump in and, get more of that booing. We survived. Start there.
Mm-hmm.
We survived. We actually met our customer face to face for the first time a little more than a month ago. We'd never done any trade shows or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were able to survive. It was incredible. There were women crowded in other booths waiting to get to our booth, waiting to see our product, waiting to see how it worked. We hired live before and after models. We sold 50 units in 3 hours. In 3 hours. So that said, we're still trying to resonate. We're still trying to punch through a lot of noise, a lot of knockoff products. We're still trying to get that recognition. So I don't want to say that everything is hunky-dory. Some days we're swimming, some days we're treading water, and some days I'm just like this trying to keep my nose above the waterline so I don't drown. But the important thing is that boost allowed us to survive, to fight through this for another day. Future plans is success. This is a product that helps women. We know it improves their mood and their appearance. Again, it's not just about one thing. We can lift your boobs, but we can also lift your self-esteem. That's really important. We're still driving that message out there. We're still working to resonate with our broader customer base. So our plans is to, get into the marketplace. The world is opening back up. Weddings are up 12%. We want to talk to those brides. We talk to those girls who are wearing those prom dresses. And I feel like I'm really, really excited again.
And we're going to see one of these women next year this time.
I love hearing their stories, Carolyn.
I know. It just, but I'm glad we had that little break so I could, wipe my eyes. That was pretty exciting.
I know, very much so, very much so. Okay, are we on to the established category now?
We are. These
Third
are the established businesses, and the third place the judges voted for $2,500. That Bed and Bark Fest. Aaron should win the third place prize.
I think there is.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Aaron.
That's great.
Awesome. Okay, we're up to second place. Here we go for $5,000.
Tried and True Financial.
Congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations.
So well deserved. Okay, woo, last one. Here we go. First place.
The first place winner for $10,000 is No Fear Cafe.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is going to be like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Take it away now.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well deserved. Very much well deserved. Yay.
Well, Julie, thank you again for investing in these incredible entrepreneurs, for caring about them year after year and being a part of this. It means so much. Please tell all of your colleagues and everyone from the lineman to the the CEO how much we appreciate this, and how much this changes the lives of these women and their businesses. So
you're so welcome. Thank you for everything you're doing with Michigan Women Forward. We're so honored to be with you.
Thanks to our judges. They did a fantastic job, and they really took this very, very seriously. And Ellie thanked the coaches and the reviewers. This takes a village. You can't build a business from the ground up or take it to the next level without a whole lot of people holding you up. And that's what the Michigan Women Forward organization does. So, and thank you to all the staff who put their time and heart and love into all of this. If you enjoyed tonight, we've got one more of these next Thursday on March 30th at Lawrence Tech University, the statewide food competition. Now, this is in person. So you can walk around, you can taste the food, and there'll be one more statewide food competition next Thursday. You can go online and get samples and tickets, a ticket for $10. So please join us next Thursday night, March 30th. Thanks again for being here with us tonight. And congratulations to every single one of the women who pitched tonight. You are all winners. And we are here to support you and help you through this process of becoming a successful business. So thanks to everybody. Have a good evening. See you next Thursday.